There we go. I do believe we're live, so I'll say indeed and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. What a dear pleasure it is to have you here again on another day for us to consciously evolve together. It is raining outside. It's a big old rainy day. This is to be expected. I got a notification from my own stream. Swaggart was lost. Dan, what a man's. Today's stream topic is about power and control. There's Dan. There's Dan now. I just literally just saw your message of Swaggart. Swaggart 1 was lost. And Swaggart 2.0 is going strong at least. It's nice having you here, Dan. I see Natalie here with us too. Love is true. Thank you for joining us, Natalie. It is such a inside day. It's like soaking. It's like coming down a hard mode out there. There's more water than I'm used to seeing. I've never seen quite that much water. Coming from a drier place of the world, of course. But of course, Dan has been seeing a lot of water because he's been playing some other. Today I come to you in a state of mourning. There's been a terrible tragedy. Swaggart was lost in a terrible accident. Alas. Alas. The poor Swaggart. Poor thing. Good morning, dear Swaggartless ones. Good morning, Sam. It's nice having you here, friend. A decision has been made by me and Joe, Sam. I think we have come to the conclusion that going to a courthouse is going to be what we'll end up doing, and then we'll ceremony afterwards. We're thinking about keeping the date for the actual courthouse, and then planning our little ceremony. As you said, we can do like ribbon tying or speaking over water, like we can do all of that stuff when we want to, right? We can even do it during spring instead of at the start of spring. So yeah, I feel like me and Joe have talked about it. It is definitely one of those things that's been causing us both a little bit of anxiety, but it's happening slowly but surely. We're taking steps in the right direction. I think it's one of those things where a wedding can have so many other stuff with it, right? It's not just about the people getting married. I'm coming to realize, I'm really realizing that it's not just about us. Maybe it should be. Maybe it should be, but it ain't necessarily just that way. And that's okay, right? I understand that much as well. People care about us and would like to celebrate with us too. But today's stream topic is about power and control. And my willingness to admit that I am not in control and I have very little power. I've been thinking a lot about, me and Joe had a whole conversation yesterday about the wealthy elite, right? Those who are in power right now. We listened to Pale Blue Dot, that song that Toasty Malosty recommended for us yesterday, and I think we ended up listening to a little bit more of that artist's work, and it was nice. It was a very nice song, but there was a point. No, Joe played me a song from another artist, from another band from the 1970s, and then they said something like, tax the rich, feed the poor, until there ain't no rich no more. Something like that was the line, right? And I listened to it and I thought to myself that music was written in 1971, right? Like, things have progressed, and yet in some ways, clearly they haven't. The power and control structures are still very much not in the hands of the people that would like to make sure we can help our fellow people, right? And as a result, I went down this rabbit hole of thinking, what is it we can do, right? If the power and control of this world is not in our hands in the ultimate sense, right? We don't have ultimate say over where things are going collectively. And then the only power and control we really have left is the power and control we have over ourselves. Good morning from very sunny and beautiful Sweden. Hey, Tommy. Nice. I thought you were a bot, Tommy, for a second there. You telling me after 6 long months it's finally spring. I'm happy that it's good there. Good morning to Sweden. All the way from Indiana. It's nice having you here, friend. Let me read some comments. That's one thing that I have in my power, in my control. Something that I can do. And so I shall. Pre-spring. Yes, Mel. It's terrible. I spent the whole night cursing God for taking Swaggart instead of me. Welcome to the pre-spring rain. Thank you, Natalie. Woo-woo. Courthouse with the papers and then a party for everyone to share in the love. I think that's the way it's gonna be. Right. I'm not the kind of person to necessarily glamorize the wedding fractal. It's me and Joe have said the same thing. It's not something either of us really thought was going to happen at any time soon. I legit thought that I was never gonna get married. That even if I did find a partner, we would just be together. Like marriage was not something that was gonna happen. But here I am in America, right? With all of the structures of power and control around me. Slipping in pre-spring, the tornado sirens were going off at midnight last night, like for 20 freaking minutes, and nothing happened, but they felt the need to wake everyone up anyway. Every Friday, here in this town, they have their tornado warning tests. I don't know if it is a test, but they do test it every Friday. And then it's just like, oh, and I'm like, what's happening? What's happening? The first time it happened, I sent you a message. I'm like, tornadoes? We had a tornado warning like a couple of weeks ago, and I'm like, tornadoes? And she goes, no, they're just testing it. And they test it every Friday. Yeah, we also don't have stuff like that in South Africa. Right? There's no siren anywhere. At least I'm aware of, right? If there is a siren, I bet you it hasn't been tested. And if it's ever necessary, it's probably broken because it hasn't been tested. Right? The power and the control has not been enacted. Okay, pre-spring, bless again. My heart is full thinking, aw, that's nice, Natalie. Don't know why we do that. Nobody in this area is actually going to seek shelter when they absolutely need to. Nobody in this area is actually going to seek shelter when they absolutely need to. Really? You don't have basements? They won't even go into the basement? If that NATO want to take me, then God will it. God will that NATO take me. Better just not take my truck. I'm sorry, I'm stereotyping. Is it like that, Sam? Is it like that? Is that why? We don't. Love is true. Darwinism, Sam. Sitting on the porch with a beer to watch a tornado rip through the area is a pastime here, as long as it doesn't take his truck. Right? As long. That's the line we draw. I ventured out into uncharted depths. It was there that I cowered in fear at the forces of nature. Two great fluorescent beasts attacked me with impunity, and Swaggart's hull succumbed to the beatings. Imagine, can you imagine? You're in a vehicle, alright? Like, it's one thing, like this kind of a scariness factor to just swimming in the water. And maybe there's like depth there, and maybe you don't know what's in those depths. And then you can get yourself a whole vehicle. It's like a room, right? Now you're inside a little room, going down inside the water. And then there's things inside the water that destroy your vehicle. Oh my goodness. I'm pretty sure you die. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to die. Like with all of that water rushing in on you, I think there's no surviving those pressures. Oh my goodness. Does your character survive that, or does he just respawn back home? I'm sure there's probably some sort of ultimate mode in Subnautica where if you die once, you're dead, dead. You know, like real life. I barely escaped with my life. You did at least escape with your life. Good. Get to keep your all of your gatherings. Welcome to all of the new friends that joined us as well. This conversation today has the seed, the kernel, the core of power and control. Talking about how we, as human beings, have unfortunately very little power and control. I feel like as the collective over where things seem to go. While at the same time, I think we have all the power and control. However, there are systems in place, there are financial incentives, there are contracts that have been signed, there are treasury bills that need to be paid, there are debt issuers that who want their dues. There are so many systems, right, of power and control that have subjugated humanity in so many ways, right? We find ourselves in a little bit of a stalemate with how much it is we want to do and how much the individual is capable of doing. Not only that, but we find ourselves so busy these days that even if we were given the levers of control, we would be too busy to go and switch them, right? Oh, yes, I have the power to make things better, but I have to do this thing every day for the rest of my life. Maybe next life. Maybe next life I'll do it. I could see myself doing it next life. This life I'm busy. I have something on Saturday. Power and control. We human beings are way more powerful and way more in control than I think we want to give ourselves credit for. I have been going through this almost like awareness spiral of limiting beliefs, you know, paying attention to what it is people say about themselves, about what it is they believe specifically about themselves, how much power they think they have over what it is they experience, and how much control they believe themselves to be in when it comes to almost like changing things, making a difference, solving their own problems. Hey, lumber legs. Hey, big arms. That is that nickname gonna stick? Is that what I am right now? I'm Mr. Lumberlegs. It's nice having you here with us, big arms. Hope you're doing well. It's raining here too. Is it melting the snow? It is melting the snow to later freeze to ice. Jeebies. Sounds like some Canada fractals. Natalie does live in Canada, but jeebies. Watching the rain come down to melt the snow to turn it into ice. Sounds hard, I'll say. Sounds like it will. No, it won't. No, it won't, big arms. You get muscular legs. Sounds appropriate. You got muscular legs. Sounds appropriate. My legs are not that muscular. Oh, like you're making me want to live up to the lumber legs. I need to start do more squats. Do 50 more squats just because. I don't even think the squats will help. I need to overload way more. I haven't moved heavy weight in like 7 years. Most of my legs is just dancing legs. I basically have runner's legs right now. So I feel like maybe I'm insecure. I'm like, no, no, I haven't got lumber legs. No, lumber legs. And stop it. Go leave me lumber. I am in control. I'm in control here. I have power. No, no, Sam, I'm joking. I think we're just laying it on thick. I think we're just laying it on thick. All right, it's just some thick laying that's happening a little bit. Today's stream topic: I love you. Aw, aw. That's nice. Today's conversation has been about power and control. Right. Me and Joe listened to a song yesterday on the way back home, and it was like a song that Joe was reminded of by listening to a Dire Straits track. I wonder if I have a history. Do I got history? Playlist history? Library. No history? You would think. You would think. I know my SoundCloud has a music history feature. I am scrolling and done with my scrolls. New releases, mood charge podcasts. Bless you. Explore. Yeah. I guess I don't know. Can't go there either. That doesn't seem to help me much. Do you remember what the track was called, Joe? I Want to Change the World, right? Was it called I Want to Change the World? Yeah. Yo, dude, the one. What's up? How you doing? I doubted. You doubted that I'll be here again? Well, doubts eliminated, I guess. I mentioned song title above. Mojo did? Oh, there it is. Song you should listen to is I'd Love to Change the World by 10 Years After. Oh my goodness. Mojo, did that just happen? Did that just happen? 10 years after. I'd love to change the world. Yeah. This is literally the song me and her listened to last night, Mojo. The Dust Bowl be turned tornado. At least what the sirens are because Mojo. The trippy. Hey, Reno. Hey, homie. Sending love from South Africa. Thank you, Reno. The day's almost over for you, homie. It's such a difference for me, kind of like streaming this time of the day. I am like tripping out that Mojo sent the title of the song that I was trying to talk about in chat before I got to it. How did you know that? How did you do that? How did you do that, Mojo? How did you do that? How did you do that, Mojo? Tell me how you did that. tell me how you did that. How was that? But yeah, maybe you were just talking about. No, you told me I should listen to. You told me I should listen to that song like I haven't before. And the first time I had ever listened to it was just last night. And now I'm freaking out. The song you listened to, thank you. Okay, I'm freaking out less. The freak out is being reeled back in. Okay, and it was just grass. Damn it. Just caught some grass. I barely escaped with my life. Bless again. I'm gonna read some more of these comments. It's not that we don't have basements, it's that watching it go down is more alluring than sifting through the wreckage after. That makes sense. I kind of get it. If I was in a position to watch a tornado come past me, I probably would want to do that too. However, if I see it coming towards me, then I would find shelter, right? I would go basement. Go making basement. Just gonna, yeah, gonna aliens my hair. To those who don't know, I'm going for my Marge Simpson look. All right. So this needs to keep going until I got like at least a do like that going on. And I keep making that joke, and I'm pretty sure Sam keeps hating it. But it's gonna happen, Sam. This is my Marge Simpson era. This is the time. This is what is gonna happen. I'm gonna go full Marge Simpson. I feel I feel very flustered today. A little bit flustered, a little bit overwhelmed with the fact that I'm not not in control and that I don't have power to change things. You know, that's kind of what I've been going through. Been going through a little bit of that stuff internally. Man, like, oh, I am not in control. I am so not in control. I wish I was more in control. I wish I could snap my fingers and things can be better. But no, I unfortunately have not gained my superpowers yet. You ever watch, what was that movie? Super High School? No. Hey Google, what was that movie called where there's a bunch of high school kids with superpowers? No, not Chronicle. Not the New Mutants. It's not Chronicle. It was a movie where the kid had parents with superpowers, and then his superpowers only comes in later, kind of thing. Sky High? Yeah, Sky High. I don't even have to search it. Sky High is the movie that I'm thinking about. All right, then in Sky High, sometimes you only get your superpowers later. And I watched Sky High as a kid. Like, damn, like, please, 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 please. And now I'm like going on in my 30s. And I still ain't got no freaking superpowers. Man, you're thinking of Sky High, Mel. Thank you, Sam. Where are my superpowers at? Did you get your superpowers yet? Tell me one of you, right? Give me some hope. One of you got superpowers, right? Somebody tell me. Yes, Melt, I can see sounds. I think I might have a little bit of that superpower too, but I think I keep losing it. My mind, that is, when I see the sounds, I'm so lost. I'm so lost. To be completely honest, all I know is that I'm happy to be here. And I'm reminding myself actively that there is so many systems of control and of power that I have no access to. And the only thing that I can really hope to do is be nice. You know? I had this whole moment yesterday where I was somewhere I wasn't supposed to be. Technically. Was it yesterday? Yes, it was yesterday. Bro, men can't sit that way. I'm holding my. I was somewhere I wasn't supposed to be. I was riding a very nice golf course. Says little golf cart paths. All right. So just imagine very high up golf course on a hill, and it just has these rolling hills, and it has these nice little sand features, and then it has these little winding paths that go across the entire golf course. And I love it. I love it so much. I like riding there. I like going there and then feeling like there's just me and the world, you know? However, yesterday there was me, the world, and other people. And at first, I see that there's other people on the course because it's getting close to opening up again. That's part of the reason it's completely closed right now. Or completely is probably relative. It's closed to clients right now. So I have been taking as much advantage as I can. And then I go and I see that there is a person driving, and then I go left when he went right. Technically, I was like sneaking behind him because he was driving this way, and then there was the path that he came from, right? And then I was like driving really slowly so that he will go past the hill so that I can go left so I can not be seen. And then as soon as I go left, there's more people. And I'm like, oh no, I think I might be in trouble. I think I might get some trouble today. Might get a little bit of trouble. And then they like intercept me with their little cart. And then he waved me down, like, come and talk to us a little bit. And I'm like, oopsie. But I get there and I start chatting with them. You know, first thing I ask is, hey, gents, you work here? And they're like, yeah, we work here. I almost like, I did technically really hijack that conversation. Like I didn't let them get a word in edgewise. And, you know, the conversation starts with them working there. I ask how long they've been working there. I ask if they were here for the course getting built. They tell me no, that was before them. Uh, and then the conversation progresses towards a point of me almost acknowledging that I do, in fact, realize what I'm doing is not okay. I do know that, technically. Technically, a little bit of knowing that I'm not allowed to do what I'm doing right now. And then I go, yeah, I've really been taking advantage as much as I can of the fact that this golf course is still closed to clients. And I know that as soon as a bunch of clients show up, I won't be able to do that anymore. And I see them both being like, uh-huh. Yeah, you realize, don't you? And I'm like, realizing. And then I exchange numbers with Travis, and I have a chat with Brandon, ask him about, you know, his stuff, ask them how old they are. They're basically in my age group. And then I get offered a job. They're like, you look like a nice guy. Don't you want to work here? And I'm like, maybe I do. Maybe I do want to work on big golf course. I would not be opposed to, at the very least. But in that moment, right, and this is why I'm sharing this story. It's a little bit embarrassing on one side of it. But in that moment, I just reaffirmed some of my own suspicions that you are not in control. And you might have very little power over other people. However, you have a lot of control and a lot of power inside the self. And the way in which you carry and control this self can change people. I don't know if you can control them. I don't think you can practice or enact power over them. Some of them you might be able to. Maybe you're an employer, right? Maybe you can enact some sort of control in that way. But ultimately, people have to let you. People have to let you everything. People have to let you into their lives. People have to let you into the workplace. People have to let you everything, right? There's a letting. People have to let you do things. Like I could, for instance, you know, probably have done a lot more in my life. But because where I came from, there were fewer people that were in the position to let me do certain things. The chances of me doing those things were lower. And then there's also, again, and I think that's what I'm trying to get at, like that's the nugget of gold I'm trying to extract from this rock that I keep polishing, right? There's a certain amount of control that I have over how I'm perceived, right? Technically, my need for control got me to a point where I could have been in trouble, right? And if I, instead of trying to control myself and practice power over my emotional regulation, I could have been inflammatory, right? I could have been mean. I could have been defensive and pretended that I didn't do anything wrong. Like, what is your problem? I'm just like riding a one wheel, you know? You can barely even see my tracks on the ground. And I would, of course, not even dream of riding directly on the course itself, right? Like, I only drive the paths that are made to be driven. I just completely opened myself up in vulnerability, right? Told them my name, told them my situation, told them my hopes to find a job in this area as well, right? And I think because of that willingness to be authentic in my self-expression, there is the the possibility for a door to open instead of it remaining closed. And that's almost like what I want to leave with you, friends. If you're going to take anything away from this conversation that we're having today, is that you are in more control than you realize, right? There's a certain give and take in this control and this practice of power. But if you can get good at remaining calm, I think that's a big one for me even. If you can get good at remaining calm and collected and maybe even interested, right? This is something that me and Joe have been talking about like curiosity. If you can be curious, right, about the other person as well, you don't have to be as in control, right? Technically, and I said this during my yoga class this morning, technically, you can benefit from not being in control, right? I don't know about you, friends, but sometimes I like going to an experience and I would like for that experience to be catered for without my need to control, right? Might even make it a little bit stressful for me to be the one in control in that exact circumstance. And in that way, I feel like it is a matter of balance that I'm trying to reach in myself, right? Let go of my need for control, or hope, I should say, instead. Hope for control. Hope that I could change the world in a way that would benefit those who would never even know me, kind of thing. To try and change the world with every single person that knows me, kind of thing. You know? You hear what I'm saying? Instead of having this grandiose idea of changing the world, right? This grandiose idea of power and control, I bring it all the way back, right? And all I have is this, right? The pale blue dot. All I have is the pale blue dot, right? Just a little speck of dust floating in space. That's all we got, right? And to almost bring that, and of course the Earth is big, right? To bring all of that control back into the self, to take full responsibility. I try and ask questions more often than not, right? And I think it's one of those things where asking questions has been the only thing that I have control over. The only thing that I have control over when it comes to a social interaction, right? That's how you steer the conversation in a direction, right? You ask, maybe even sometimes, leading questions. I was asking some leading questions a little bit yesterday. I'm going to come back to chat a little bit. I too had my doubts. I thought perhaps a bigger vehicle would suit greater depths, but alas, I went forth and boldly, despite my misgivings, and now swaggered. The sea moth is gone. The sea moth? The sea moth. Oh, it does have that mothish shape to it, doesn't it? It is true. You're thinking of Sky High. I should watch that movie again. I have superpowers? Man, why? Anybody else could have had superpowers except for Kid D. Did you say alas? Sometimes I say alas. Alas. Alas, there's so much I don't know. You know? How much do you know? Do you know what you don't know? That was Ozymandias' real trick. He was as wise as he was because he knew what he didn't know, right? Which means that he could study, he could learn, he could participate. Sometimes a little bit disheartening to remember that I know nothing. Nothing whatsoever is known by me. Not ultimately, right? Because I have eyes and ears. And even though they might give me a signal, who's to say? Who's to say this signal is to be trusted? Can people really know what's true, or is it just your perception? Good question, Jose. Or Joe's Valencia. Very good question. I would like to believe that it's one of those things not in our control. Right. The only thing that we can perceive right now is the fact that we are. And even that might be some sort of quirk, right? An illusion, a feature arising from complexity. I would like to believe that there's more to it. Are you your thoughts? I'd like to believe I'm not. I'd like to believe I'm not. Yesterday, was it yesterday? I think just yesterday we had a whole stream topic discussing that exact conversation. Are you your feelings? I'd like to believe I'm not as well, right? I think they are, again, one of those things that have a lot of power and control over our state of being, how I'm feeling. And it can be like an immediacy thing as well. Are you your memories? My ego. My ego, I think, would be all of these things. My ego is the part of me that feels, especially that feels offended, feels upset. Like usually the negative emotions, I attach a lot to my ego. Because again, it is clear to me that if I had none, those feelings would cease to be alongside them. And then there is this whole, consideration. What is death? Good question, too. There is this whole consideration in asking questions like this, all right, about who you are on the other side, all right? If you die, do you forget? If you die, do you let go of all of this neurons and all of this stuff that they have kind of collected with them, all right? Is that a good thing? Is that something heartening to know that you will get to let go of all of the trauma, all of the bad memories, all of the upset, all of the unfortunate, all of the hopes and dreams dashed, right? Might sound like a good thing if you articulate it in that way. Jesus, another Phil bro, philosophy bro, Atmos, like it's the time. It is the time for the philosophy brothers to come together again, all right? If you're seeing an influx of us, there's probably a reason for it as well, Atmos. And the fact that you are aware enough to notice a pattern says something about you as well. Are you someone who likes philosophy? Do you consider philosophy something useful? I listened to Alan Watts' conversation or seminar just yesterday where he was talking about the pursuit of self, right? That we live in a society where getting to know yourself is not seen as something worthy of accolades, not something seen as a serious pursuit. If someone asks me, what do you want to do this year, Melt? And I tell them, I want to get to know myself. They'll be like, okay. Sounds like some unemployed ass behavior or something, right? Form your judgments. But that really is during the age of the Phil Bros, right? To echo that interpretation, during the age of the Phil Bros, that was the highest pursuit, right? Knowing yourself was the highest form of knowledge, because there's so much that will change in your life, so much that will become clear to you, so much that will become easier in so many words by just knowing who you are, what kind of person you are, what kind of things you need, the ways in which you communicate, the ways in which you appreciate being communicated to, the foods you like to eat, the things you do with your time that bring you a sense of life satisfaction. And I would like to believe that I know who I am. All right. And we started this conversation with Jose as well, asking, why is there something instead of nothing? Who are you? Are you your feelings? Are you your memories? Are you your thoughts? Right? And I feel like the pursuit of self, the knowledge of self, doesn't really come from understanding those aspects of the self better. Maybe it does. Maybe I'm talking on my ass. Maybe if I understood my feelings better, that would be a self-knowledge that I could benefit from. But when I hear people say that, when I hear people discuss the knowledge of self, the way I interpret it is that it's completely detached from the life that you're living right now, right? That truly knowing yourself is almost like trying to unpack, trying to undo every trauma, trying to unfold every little hidden crevice of why you think you believe a certain thing, right? Washing yourself ultimately of all of the stains, all of the dyes of reality. Melt is fine. Just melt. Thank you. Your local bestie. Love is true. Let me see some of these comments. Bro, your superpower is simply you. It's a cool thing you're saying. I do like that. One of my coworkers is named Bijay. Another product idea I have is a cologne that's his face. That's that he's the face of, called Bijay High. Bijay. Bijay? I don't know how to pronounce that. Bijay High. Sky is the limit. It's kind of funny. Night vision. Is it Don, New York City, or Don C? The world would never know. Bro, participants shouldn't try to make subtle digs at the host. This channel is moderated, and I do not tolerate that shit one bit. I feel like there's a part of me that almost like needs sometimes these subtle digs as well, right? Like I reflect in them a little bit. It's like seeing like my shadow side. I don't know how many of you friends watch anime, but the first anime that I ever watched was Bleach. And in Bleach, the main character has this literal shadow version of himself inside of himself, right? And he can, in so many words, employ that shadow self to be something that fights for him, right? And I think that's kind of like where I'm at right now with the comments that dig at me. It's almost like having a shadow version of myself revealed to me, right? And then I usually posture. I usually can kind of like push back. I react, which is something that I feel I'm doing because I don't have enough exposure in some way as well. And it's this weird balance dichotomy of wants that I have, of like one side of my wants exposes myself to reality in its completeness, right? Like, let me see the starkness of all of the things that be. And the other side of me is the version of me that's been refusing to engage with like news cycles, to like passively scroll, right? And I do these streams literally as an antidote in a way to that way of being as well, right? That I could be a solution to a person, so that instead of scrolling for the first hour of their morning, they could join me here. Maybe have a little bit of a conversation, maybe think about things sometimes from a perspective of existentialism, right? You exist. You exist. And with that existence comes a bunch of quirks. With that existence comes a bunch of power dynamics, comes a bunch of expectation, right? What do I want? I want everything, right? In the ultimate sense, that is what I want. The I The I that I am wants everything, literally. And that's kind of the reality we exist in, I think, in part. That the I am was like, there's this joke. I don't know if it's a joke, but me and Christian laughed about it, one of my best friends, where we were sitting around a fire, getting into the depths of philosophical conversation. And we came to this conclusion in that moment that we are like children or family members of something cosmic, right? And I'm saying we as in the souls that is humanity. We, the souls of humanity, are like kin to that which is above, right? We're not separate. We're like kin. And we had this whole conversation about as these souls, we were approached by our collective, by our soul brethren. And they asked us, they first told us that we can ask for anything. And then they asked us, what do we want? What do you want? The gods, the ethereal beings, the cosmic entities asked, what do you want? And we said, everything. We said everything. And now we're getting it. Now we're gonna get it. Now we're gonna get everything forever. Right? And everything means everything. It means the good, it means the bad, it means the angry, it means the sad, it means the happies, means the disappointment, means the lack of expectations being met, means your expectations are exceeded. Like, that's what everything is, literally. And I think that's what we want. I really do think that is what we want. Like, we wanted this. As much as it hurts sometimes, as much as it's hard to understand why things are the way they are, I would like to believe, in my pursuit of knowledge of self, I have come to believe that this is what we wanted. Otherwise, surely it wouldn't be, right? I am still in control, and I have power enough to choose not to be here if I didn't want to, right? And still I'm choosing, day after day, moment after moment, to engage, to breathe air, to feed my body with food, to drink water so I stay hydrated, to sleep appropriately so I wake up not feeling like ass. And as I do that over and over again, I'll get to experience the everything that my life will be. Because Satan was working through Peter. What am I missing? What I miss? Melt, I gotta say, that's a great place to start for work. You'd get to go outside and shit. Plus, it's in a country club. They feed you. They feed you cheeseburgers. Cheeseburgers. They're gonna feed me cheeseburgers. Sees me running. Did you say halas? Can people really know? Nice. I like having you here, Jose. You've been asking good questions. What do you want? Peter is the cornerstone because he denied Jesus 3 times, but later came back to him. Not quite. Jesus asked Peter a question before he ascended to heaven. And the question was, who do you say I am? Peter replied, you are Christ, Son of the living God. And Jesus said, upon you, Peter, I will build my church. Right. Right. It was not upon Peter literally. It was upon that declaration. It would have been a small church if that was the case. I don't know what kind of trolling you think this is, but I'm not gonna have you confusing people with the scriptures. Where is anger? I wouldn't let the pagans spread lies about their gods. I'm not gonna let you do it to Jesus. Hard stop. Jesus was the Amen. Was a man, the Son of God. Peter. What do you say I am? Most people don't know that Jesus is actually Lois from Family Guy. Did you hear me try a Lois accent, Dan? Oh, all right. I'm gonna go get my coffee. I did not. I did not actually make my coffee this morning. It was a busy one. Give me one more second. It's gonna be more than a second. I lie. I'm lying. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm gonna get a spoon. I am still streaming. I just forgot to get my coffee. Nice. Coffee acquired. Looking out the window a little bit. There's clicking sounds arriving very soon. How much? How much? Hello, says Hoopty Hoops. I'm like getting mixed bags of comments. Some of them I can see here, some of them I can only see there. Jesus was the end of the stump on Jess. And to understand what that means, we gotta go back to King David. It feels like it feels like it would take a while for us to get all the way back there. So maybe we can stay present instead. Maybe we can stay right here. And in this moment, present. That is nice, but it is cold. Okay. Yeah, I was bargaining with myself. There was the version of me that was like, it's fine, I can drink cold coffee. And then there was the version of me that said, absolutely not. I would rather not. It says, how about you use the microwave? I can't put this vessel directly in the microwave, but I can use one of the other cups. Sorry for my skizziness and doing coffee stuff. It's definitely a change of pace. Being here in the morning with you friends instead of it being like end of my day. I think it allows me a little bit more compassion for the fact that the day is just getting started. Maybe it humanizes me a little bit. Do I seem more human to you? Sure hope so. Oh, what a day. What a day, it's so rainy. Do I have to go longer than 40 seconds? I keep forgetting that this microwave is like insanely powerful. But I'm gonna make use of it, I think. I say that because the microwave I had back home, when you put something in for 1 minute, you get a certain level of hotness. When you put something in for 1 minute in this one, you get like 3 times the hotness. It's not a bad thing. It's just something I've learned how to control. All right, we are talking about power and control after all today. Liquids transferred. All right. It's been an hour, almost an hour. It's been 56 minutes. I'm gonna come and check on chat, and I'm going to feel things. I'm gonna feel with you. Oh, we're actually going back to King David. All right, we're there. King David, as you all know, was deeply in love with Jonathan, son of Saul, David's political rival. Before he was a king, he and Jonathan were together. Yes, in that way. Is this true? Am I getting some lore that I didn't know? I thought I knew most of the lore. And when David lost Jonathan on the field of battle, his whole personality changed. He never recovered and became a hard man who did honestly unforgivable shit. The stump of Jess refers to the deferral of blessings of his bloodline. The end of his bloodline was Joseph, who instead of having his own child, quietly raised another man's baby. What do they say? Jesus went into the desert and split himself in two. Jesus casted away his shadow like the sun. Jesus has no shadow. He said he's the son of the earth. Is that pagan? I mean, again, if he's the son of the earth, his shadow would be the earth. All right? Think shadow is relative. Shadow is like reflection, right? I think we hear the word shadow and we consider it something dark, all right? When it's actually you, right? It's actually you casting the shadow. So in that way, what you're seeing is you. And it's coming to a real point in your life where you can look at it. And again, the shadow is incomplete. Like you can't see all of you in that shadow. Right? And in that way, there's still some mysteries hiding in there. However, the truth of the matter is that it is you. Right? And hating any part of yourself begets a certain coping mechanism. Whatever coping mechanism. That's hot coffee now. Ooh. I need to learn how to take baby sips. There we go. Now I can only drink like a few drops at a time, which is the exact way I like my coffee. Oh, why am I like this? I'm trying to find somewhere in my childhood where I developed it just dawned on me, I've always been like this. I'm just like going back in my childhood further and further and further, and it's like I keep finding instances. And then the memories cease, and I realize, oh, since I can remember, for some reason, humanity will seek pain, right? And I think one of the relationships I have with pain, one of the relationships, and it is a one of the relationships because there is pain in exercise, right? And for some reason, that's a relationship I believe I can work on, right? However, actual pain, right? Pain as cold water hitting my body, pain as falling off of a wheel and hitting the ground. I've only hit the ground like 5 times, okay? So it's not that bad. But every time I'm in this state of pain, I don't mind it. I mind feeling pain when I don't want to, right? But I don't mind feeling pain. And maybe you can like look into that in yourself as well, right? Is there something like that in you where there is this relationship we have with pain? Sometimes we'll even be dramatic, right? We'll pretend that we don't. We'll pretend that actually we're so like separate from it. But that I think is maybe like a part of my shadow that I've been spending more time with. The story we tell ourselves about who it is we are. Man, what a trip. It's so vocal. All right, trying to encapsulate all this is to yourself, to the world, to your mom and your dad, to your sister and brother, if you have any, to a friend, to a teacher. Trying to encapsulate all of that with words inside your head. And then believing it. Believing that that's all you are, all you're capable of, what you have concluded. Can you ask a question of your body instead of your mind? I think you can. Look at a bar, ask with your mind, can I hold on to that bar? Comes up with stories, remembers memories. Oh, that one time I tried, or last time I did it, this is what I could have done, versus asking the question of your body and just listening for as long as you are capable. And I think I'm trying to break it into something tangible, but I think it applies to the rest of our life as well. Right? That instead of being so vocal in our verbalizing of the next moment, find yourself in it just as a body, just as a physical form that continues to be. Right? Life living you with value, love, and purpose. Value, worth, and purpose. Maybe Joe will let us know. Life is living you right now, whether you think about it or not. Right. Power and control. Are you in control of your heartbeat right now? No. Yet you have the power to influence it. You start sprinting, your heart rate suddenly goes up. Right? Are you in control of the food that you're digesting? No. And yet, what you eat when you eat, how much you eat. All of that stuff is the stuff that is in your power. Ah, these two extremes of our reality pulling at us. And maybe even it's pulling at our minds more than it's pulling at our physical forms. It's pulling at our physical forms a little bit, right? Cravings and urges and hormones, and to each their own. Here we are. Can we allow that without having to explain it, without having to understand it, without having to make it make sense? Can we just be here? I struggle. I do. Joy V. I look back to chat and the first name I see is Joy V. I was thinking about you just this morning, Joy. I intended to send you a message. I've been missing you in our yoga classes. What a pleasure. As I was putting the scarf on, that's part of why I was thinking about you. As I was putting the scarf on, this is the scarf that Joy Vive said is one of her favorites. It's a Christian scarf. It's one of the scarves that he got for his mom. You are held by reality like a little baby, cushioned and safe. And you can simply be in this moment. No explanations necessary. Oh my goodness. Oh. Having a human experience is not easy. You should be proud of yourself that you're handling it. You're doing well, even. The Bible is quite insistent on both the fact that Joseph has no physical blood tie to Jesus and Jesus is the Son of Man. The more you know. I'm working on a musical called Jesus in Space. And I'm also working on an adaptation to it as Jesus in Space on ice. Jesus is space. Is man is the moon. Is satanic lunacy. I feel like this whole chat. Okay, there it goes. I was about to say, I feel like this whole chat is locked into a certain fractal. And then suddenly that fractal ceases to exist in front of me. Somebody call 911. No 911 necessary. Science is done by you. Love is true. Science is a liar sometimes. Even me. Even you. Sometimes we lie to ourselves. I lie to myself more than anything. Oh my goodness. I thought church was on Sunday. Church is every day, apparently, for some. Jose Isaac Newton blew everybody's nips off of his big brains, but then he thought it was a cool idea to drink mercury, and then he died. Science is liars. Oh, imagine how much more ahead we would be as a species if Isaac Newton didn't feed himself mercury. My dude, masochist. Maybe sometimes, maybe sometimes. JB, I definitely do not put it past myself that I might have some masochistic tendencies. It's like baking and you forget an ingredient and it doesn't work. Science simply does has not found all the ingredients. There we go. I kind of have to agree with you on that, Darren. Melt wants to give us a pill. No. No, no pill necessary. Breathe. That's what you need. That's what all of us can use. All of us can use a little bit of just breathing. Long, deep, controlled breaths. That's what we need as a collective species. No pill. We've had enough pills for a lifetime. We need to take control of the things that we have control over. And it starts with something as simple as our breath. Instead of reacting, breathe. Instead of attacking, sometimes breathe. Instead of immediate doing, breathe. And like it helps me personally to have a yoga practice because it forces me, at least forces relative. I'm a hatha yoga practitioner and teacher, right? And in hatha yoga, breath and movement are equally important, right? Like sometimes people think about yoga as exercise, and it can be, it is, in fact. But hatha yoga specifically, the breath, the breathing mindfully, and the movements, they have the same weight, right? And I've been teaching that class for like 4 years now, and I'm still learning. I'm still learning. I'm must be a bad student or something. All right, a little bit bad student. Or maybe just hard-headed one. I'm a hard-headed student. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So stubborn. No pills necessary. Beloved hoops. You got all the breath you need right here. Take it all in. And Darren, enjoy. That was an Always Sunny in Philadelphia bit. Sorry, I can't help myself. I was egg hatched. Never watched Always Sunny. Heard it was good though. I need to start watching it. Dan has been referencing it a lot. Joy, what a surprise, right? I'm like so happily surprised to have Joy here. The cat screams at me when I sit in silence. The cat screams at me when I sit in silence. You know, again, that's the moment that you really start to breathe, where you're like, oh, the cat is screaming at me. The Burb. Burb has been beautiful teacher. Burb has been teaching me how to breathe. Multiple moments in the day calling me to mindful breathing. Right? What a teacher. And as I've gotten better as a student, he's been teaching me less. Isn't that beautiful? It's almost like life has a way of doing that. Sometimes kick your ass even. Yossi, I've had my ass bo kicketh. It's very over the top joy. Very much irreverent humor. Yeah. I love that stuff. You know, like have fun with having fun kind of thing. I was just regaling folks about straight washing in the Bible. Have any have anything fun to add? No, officer. I do not have any weapons on me, and I will hold my hands up until you approach me. Nah, my mind has yeeted most of my Bible facts. Must be old age. Wait, which one of you heathens made him cry? I made myself cry. I made myself cry, thank you very much. I went through a whole moment where I like really took in what it was I was saying and looking at my life. I'm gonna get emotional again. I'm fine. Okay. I'm fine, I say to myself. Uh like I'm very stuck in perpetual doing, right? This sometimes desperation to feel valuable, to feel like I'm worth something. And you are. All of us are. And you are, even if all you can manage right now is breathing, right? And that is the truth. And I know it. I know it in my heart. When I let go of my mind, love is true. And you are loved, loving, and lovable. I don't know. Sorry though, if it was me. No, you're good. You're good, Kate. It's nice having you here too. Embracing you with virtual hugs. It's true. I do love that scarf. I'll be back in yoga probably when the time changes. Good. I am not going to do as I've done, though, I think. Right. So I think it's going to be the same time. I think it might be the same time. But that's 6 a.m., right? Right. What is the time? Oh, yeah. It's 10:30 minus 2, 5:30 a.m. Yeah. Because now that I'm in the Americas, Joy Vive, I think it means I'm going to make as the Americans make and daylight save with you friends. I'm gonna save all of the daylights, you know? So it might stay early. Man, man! Now suddenly I wanna break rules again. Suddenly I wanna practice control. Control. Yes, I must control my stuff. I don't know why this winter I just couldn't get up at 5 for yoga, but I'm not idle. And I've been taking a weightlifting class a few times a week. You've mentioned that. I've been thinking about, like, I was thinking about that. I was like, I've been missing Joy Vive in the yoga classes. And then I go, she's lifting weights, you know, and you mentioned even doing some CrossFit kind of stuff. So I know that. I know that at least. I'm not worried about you at all, dear Joy Vive. You were just loved as well, dear friend. Melt, today was my last exam and now I'm finally going into grade 11, which is a higher secondary class. So I see you in 2 months. Goodbye. Peace out, Moon Knight. I'll be here 2 months from now, bro. Moon Knight has had many moments where he basically locks in for a lot more class and studying, and like I'm sure that he does a lot of self-study as well. And then he'll disappear for weeks and then he'll be back here again. Doggo wants to get out. He's been like cozied up in his little nook this whole time. Ugh. Let me see. Good luck with grade 11, Moon. Good luck, bro. Kick ass. You got all of the homies in chat rooting for you, friend. Good luck in grade 11. Thank you, Mr. Dan. Weightlifting is really good. A compliment to yoga practice. You should continue with it after you return to your practice. It's true. I've actually been feeling called to do more weightlifting as well. I want to be strong. to be very strong. And I'm not strong, but I feel like I know how strong humans can be. And I'm like at, I feel like 40%. I feel like my tank is like 40% full of strong, and I got all of this strong to still be. I got time. I hope. I'll still be strong. Oh, Toofy, when did you sneak in? Toofy has been lurking this whole time. You cracked me up, Melt. I just, I also can just make myself cry if I start talking about a certain thing. There's like certain things inside us that's like really, you see me, I'm getting close to touching that thing. Oh, suck tears back in. What were we talking about? Oh, crack me up. Bless you, bro. Fine, fine. Insecure, neurotic, and emotional. Joy, we are all fine. We're fine, okay? We're fine right now. I got stuff. I can pour it out, and I will flow through, and it will flow through the waste hole. What? If you have medication that you need to take, then you take your medication. I'm not trying to suggest you shouldn't. I'm just, and you saying Melt's trying to get us to take a pill, making it very clear that you have all the tools you need, right? I am not selling you anything. Nope. I make art, right? You can buy things from me if you want, but I'm not selling something, technically. Nothing is sold here. Nothing is sold. You got you got everything already, dear friend. You just need to remember. Remember who you are. Remember. You should remember. Thank you for yourself, Mojo. I'm leaning fully into my evil villainous arc. Anyone who anyone know where I can take classes to improve my evil laugh? I think it's a practice thing. You need to do evil acts and then laugh about it. Right? That's the only way, Sam. I'm sorry to say. Right? It's hard work. Evil laughing and being evil. You know. Stop. Stop myself, I say. That's the part of me that's like ego and embarrassment. Oh, you didn't see. I'm sorry, Zoe. That was my bad, bro. I shouldn't have evil laughed like that. I deserve to be corrected by Bird. You see, my teacher. My teacher being like, hey, oh, how about you breathe? How about you breathe instead of doing all of that evil laughing? Good, Sam. Use your aggressive feelings with each passing moment. You take one step further to becoming a servant of the dark side. Austin Powers, you weren't here yesterday. Day before yesterday, on Wednesday, when I danced to a dark side song. Where you, Dan? End of stream. I think last track that I danced to. So skip as far as you can just before I stop dancing. A whole song with like freaking blaster sounds. Just like locked in there. It's cool, bro. It's a cool song. You could check it out. Harold Fine, speak for yourself, Mojo. I'm leaning fully. Oh, the fine. It'll flow through the waist. Oh, good, Sam. Austin Powers, Pinky, and all. I would like $1 million. That's all? Yes, Darren, you got it. I want to be an Austin Powers villain because they have Health Week and care about their minions. I'm just like, I feel like I'm living in. I've really been feeling like this a lot. In fact, like I'm living in some sort of hyper reality, right? I want to share almost this again. Friday, I drive all the way to Tucker Lake on a whim, just because I wanted to, right? And it's like, I think maybe a 34-ish mile round trip, the entire path that I rode. And I come back from Tucker Lake and I drive past this nice, quaint little space. And I drive past what I see is a hairdresser. And just the night before, we had Kelsey over, Joe's best friend. We cooked and shared a meal. And that was nice, right? It was a very quaint kind of like experience. But Brandon, Kelsey's son, was supposed to be here for the meal as well. And then pretty much as he was on his way to come to the meal, he lost his earphones, which is a big bummer. And then he ended up looking for it for as long as he could and was emotional, ended up going back home, didn't come for dinner. And then I go for Tucker Lake, I come back, I walk into just like a random, in my mind, right? I just like, oh, here's a hairdresser next to the road. I guess I'm gonna go into it. I walk into the hairdresser, I sit down facing the opening of the building, right? And I see walk in Kelsey's kid. And I'm like, what are the odds? What are the odds that you're here? Right? Kind of thing. I'm like, did you find your earphones? And I start asking him about the earphones that he had lost. And as I'm like basically engaging with what would seem probably to the hairdresser as like a random kid that just walked into the hairdresser, I thought he was going to get his hair cut, right? He goes, Kelsey is my daughter. And I'm like, what? What? What do you mean? Right? Like, did I happen to walk into the dad of the best friend of Joe's, who we had over for dinner last night's shop? He just came back from a month-long trip as well. For him to cut my hair, for me to meet Brayden there, ask him about his earphones. Like, I felt like the amount of synchronicity that was happening, or like the odds. It's a small town, right? So maybe it's not that mind blowing and unexpected, but still, it felt like it was undeniably perfect, for the experience that I could have getting my hair cut versus walking into a stranger's place, getting a haircut, leaving, right? Maybe having had a conversation lightly, to the dad of the person we had dinner with last night by complete coincidence. And then the next day, I go to the West Baden. They have live music. They have a lady playing harp on that Saturday, right? And I walk in and I see her still tuning her harp. And I sit down and I almost make this deal with myself, this bargain, that I'll listen to her play the harp for as long as she'll play it. And then she plays it for a whole hour. An hour straight of just freaking playing harp. And I basically spent 12 minutes with my eyes closed, just listening. And then I spend the rest of the time, I reposition to watch her play. And she'll like drag some of the strings, she'll like mute some of the strings as she's playing different. Like, I was enamored with the like what I was witnessing and the sounds that was coming out of that live instrument, because again, so much, 99.99, I would say, percent of the music I've ever listened to, I've listened to on headphones or on a speaker, right? And then suddenly hearing those crisp sounds come from and I don't think she made a single mistake, right? That whole hour. Maybe she did. I didn't notice any. For an hour long of playing such an intricate instrument, I was fascinated. But I was going through a bunch of emotional stuff at the same time as well. Like, there was a processing happening in me. The words I use when I talk to Joe about it is the music was disarming. And in that way, it made me more susceptible to my own vulnerability, or susceptible might be the wrong word, more open, right, to exploring the emotions that I had to feel. And because I was feeling so many emotions, I was starting to pull away. Like, I was like, oh my goodness, how long has it been for? Is she gonna play a whole hour? Right? Like the first time that I checked the time, feeling like, wow, it's been long, it was 22 minutes in. And then the second time was at the 40-minute mark. And then the third time was like at 48 minutes. And then I was like, okay, oh, she's probably gonna play for the whole hour. You just have to be here for this. And I sit there, and then the hour finishes, and she leaves. And she leaves so quickly. I don't know, maybe she had to go to the bathroom. But she finishes playing, and she like gets up and like speed walks away. Like gets up. Like I was like, before the note even properly stopped, and I looked around, she was already 7 paces away from the instrument, where I was like, I wanted to say something. I wanted to say thank you at the very least. Right? Maybe give you a sticker if you'll have one. But yeah. And then I was like, I left pretty much directly afterwards. And I got on my wheel. And again, right? Like there's layers of synchronicity in her leaving as fast as she did, because if she didn't, I get on my wheel and I ride out on a path that I like riding. And there I meet Handler, the one other person in this town who also rides around on an electric unicycle. The one other person. Right? And the first words that he says to me, and I can hear them because I don't have my earphones in, because I feel I have just spent this whole hour listening to music. I don't need to listen to more music right now. The first thing he says to me is like, oh, you're the other guy that rides an EUC. And I stop. I'm like, "Err." I'm like, yes, you ride EUC too? You want to exchange number? We be friends. Yes? You friends? You friending? And then we go on an adventure that afternoon. We ended up riding until 17 minutes past 7. I'm not used to riding in the dark. He wanted to keep riding. He took me to places that I wouldn't have gone if he didn't take me there, where I would feel like, we can be here. And again, there was such a joy and a synchronicity just in existing as a body, right? Almost like knowing that this body is stuck in this time fractal. And if I can just actually be, instead of trying to be, right? Suddenly being feels better. Suddenly being begets, an experience that wouldn't have been if I was stuck trying to be the next thing, get to the next thing. And I did not expect, I guess that's what I'll say. I did not expect to get this walloped by this change of environment as I have been. It's been walloping me, slapping me around a little bit. Goodness, what an experience. Highly recommend moving to a whole different country. Try it sometime. Part of me is joking. Part of me is not. You should try it sometime, right? Even for a little bit. And you don't have to do it tomorrow. You can plan it over the next 5 years, right? Maybe we all go to South Africa a little bit. Nudge, nudge. Yesterday's flower was top tier. You like that one? I'm happy that you like it, because I also had that experience of it being like it has a crispiness to it. It has this, like, you know what I'm talking about. It has these bars of darkness with these really clear little accent pieces that cut into that darkness, and it makes it look like it has almost like a stretched lace or something. I don't know how to explain it, but I like it. I know I like it. When my eyes look at it, it's like, And it also has a heart. It has like four featuring hearts. And I made those with great intention that are very psychedelic, layered. right? And complex in ways that you wouldn't expect it to be. And yet it still works, I feel. Am I teasing? Yes, must wait. Viewer retention, right, right here. You're gonna see flowers soon. I am almost at the bottom of the comments. I absolutely want to continue weightlifting. It's been amazing. I love it. Surprisingly so. You're getting stronger, Joy. Of course you love it. That's what it's about. Yeah, I'm so happy for you. Oh, that's sick, man. I'm watching Star Wars with a friend later. Nice. I heard Mike Myers is going to make another Austin Powers movie. Sick. I haven't seen all of them. I don't think. So I still have some left. I've seen most of them, I'm pretty sure. But I'm not sure that I've seen all of them. That haircut isn't it, dude. Time to rethink it. Yeah, if you want to give me hair advice, right? Maybe we can make that like a soft rule in the community. If you want to give me hair advice, send me like 20 bucks, right? And then I can decide if I want to use said 20 bucks to go and get the haircut advice you've given me. Otherwise, otherwise, right? Keep it to yourself, bro. I woke up like this. I've done nothing to my hair pretty much. All right, this is just how it looks. It's a rainy day, so there's moisture in the air. All right, but yeah, this is what curly hair is like, dude. Like you can buzz cut it, you can do that too. But this is what hair is. So, like maybe I'll even end up growing out long again. Yeah, I'll keep growing these until I have my Marge Simpson look, and I'm gonna do it. If I have, I'm gonna get my Marge Simpson on. And I'm gonna rock that look. I'm gonna walk around in public like that. Have to duck down when I walk through doors, even. Then people will have a reason to make fun of my hair, right? And I'll revel in it. I'll be like, oh, it's fun, isn't it? Have your fun. And I go, haha, it looks like Marge Simpson. It was like, that's what I was going for. I was actually going for Marge Simpson. Next joke. Oh, that was it? Lame. The comment isn't it, dude. Time to rethink it. Thank you, Sam. I like this new soft rule though, right? They can send me all the hair advice they want, right? As long as it comes with a donation. So I can buy myself the products they think is gonna help. Or a comb that they think is gonna make a difference to this whole situation. Or a haircut. Right? I'm open to suggestions, but not unsolicited ones. Right? Suggestions have to come with like some tangibility. And like, is this actually something you care enough about to put money behind? No, keep it to your fucking self. I found it. 1 Samuel 8. The soul of Jonathan was knit to the soul of David. Ooh. And then I know what they say about soul knitting. And Jonathan loved him as his own soul. They kiss, they cry, fall on each other, weep. I am distressed for you, my brother Jonathan. Very pleasant have you been to me. Your love to me was extraordinary, surpassing the love of women. That's better. Not even subtle. No, there was no subtlety in that. You don't say things like that about another dude unless something very confusing and very gay is going on. Minding you don't give more personal info than you mean to. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means that I've been giving more personal info than I've been meaning to, or that I've been successful at giving only as much information as I've intended to. But yes, opinions are like hairstyles. We all got one, exactly. You gotta be more original than that. It's chaos. Is chaos a hairstyle? Waking up, I give Einstein a run for his money. Next Saturday, I'll be bald. Is that true? Are you gonna Shave your head, Darren, or do you mean with your hairstyle being chaos? Like, I'm confused. Melt made a one wheel friend. That's so awesome, right? Right. Check this. Check this, Joy. You want to see something cool? I got video evidence. I have videographic evidence of my friends. You see? Watch, watch, watch. Yeah. Just two people in the world riding them wheels. It is so much fun. Yeah. Yeah. That minute goes on for 7 minutes. That video goes on for 7 minutes. But it was a lot of fun. Like, I wouldn't be out there riding right now, of course, but as soon as spring rolls around, apparently we're gonna go out riding a lot. That is something that was set as an intention. And it is fun having made like a friend organically here myself. Right? Being able to be in this world the way I have been has helped. I was hearing a concert harp first at a mall walk. I saw hands in space and sound. I was transfixed. You too, huh, Hoopy? It is wild. I think that was maybe a concert harp as well, the one that I was listening to. And I'm happy that you also had that experience, Hoopy. Like, there is a transfixing, like, oh my goodness. Like, am I witnessing magic right now? Is this magic? Is this what magic looks like? Feels kind of like that to me. Some space and sound is why I see so much live music. I go to lots of concerts. Some people go to church. I go to concerts to practice my worship. When I afro my hair out, I can't fit properly in some cars. That's awesome. Great video. Please post your Discord. You're not in the Discord anymore? My Discord should be on my YouTube channel. If you go to the MeltMore logo and you click on that, then it takes you to the page and you say about, right? You'll get it there. Link that you should have access to. Can I hand my CV in here? At this company, you pay to be an employee. I'm sorry, Puff Daddy. I'm saying some hectic shit. Like, don't take me too seriously. I feel like I have burdened and unburdened my heart. I'm going to finish the space up. I appreciate you, friends, so much. What is first? Show you flower or show you card? Cries. I am in Discord. I was asking you to post your one wheel video to Discord. Okay. All right. Asking you shall receive. Let's see if it's going to be that easy, because I think it's a 3 gig video. And I don't know if Discord is going to allow me to do that. Maybe I should upload it to my YouTube channel. Has no audio. I can try. I'll try and post it to my Discord. I can do that at the very least. Share your work. Lost in the weeds. Nice. Guy posted his weebs. He made some garden beds. What a G. Those look nice. Zoe, we don't scream, bro. Yeah. Max file size is 10 megabytes. Oh, so my 3 gigabyte videos ain't gonna be it. Probably not, Discord says. Let me come and see Zoe. Oh, Joe is already going and getting him. St. Baldrick's is a charity for children cancer research. They're going to shave it all off. My hair is down to my nose, so it should be funny to see. That's pretty cool, Darren. Awesome, bro. Thanks for trying. I appreciate it. I think I should be able to post them onto my YouTube, right? It shouldn't take too long to upload because we have decent internet, so I might just... I'm thinking about... He did say it's okay for me to post it, so that should be fine. I'll do a YouTube post. All right, then we can all have access to it. Okay, I'm thinking also... Yeah, good. Make plans. Discord, I think you can technically post stuff if you're willing to pay for Nitro or whatever, but subscription services, am I right? Let me pull these cards out, get them on the ready. I'll be back in a second. Flower first. I think flower first. Mojo, you got me so excited to share this flower, bro. Yeah. Ow. All right. There it be. You see what we meant with the whole cutouts in the middle? These energy hearts creating a little bowl of energy in the mirror. These accent pieces so like cleanly cut away from the rest of it. Okay. And I didn't write too much with it. Been a little bit of in a stuck spot. No self is better than all self. How about that? That's short and nap. No self is better than all self. And I'm not saying that all the selves, more so as a extremes, right? Love and indifference, right? It's better to be probably overloved than to have complete indifference. But I think it's a matter of where you are as well. One of you friends, please let me know when I am to stop. And then when you say stop, the card my thumb is on will be the one that I read for us. Part of me wants to go into a meditative state. Stop. Thank you, cat. I'm still here, Nancy. It's a longer stream. We're showing up for a little bit more today. power and control. It's nice having you here, Nancy Fran. Joy V, it's nice of you to say hi as well. Card number 24. You can see there's like pieces of dirt from the farm stuck on these cards, which feels kind of apt with the card being stone stories. Look at that little birdie. Joy V, woman. Hey. Love is true. Stone stories. Messages, listening, and hearing. Whoa! I did talk about the whole being here, right? Giving yourself the time to almost like listen to yourself a little bit. These petroglyphs were borrowed from a site in New Mexico where some 20,000 petroglyphs have already been documented. The step thread geometry embedded in this image mirrors the glyphs in the rock art. Stones and crystals are planetary record keepers. They record ancient wisdom and carry messages from other times and dimensions. Sites across the planet where petroglyphs abound are often considered holy places. Humans, in co-creation with the divine, have carved, packed, or painted stories in stone that remain today as icons of past times. This card asks you to hear the stories that stones have to tell. What will it take for you to decipher their messages? Seek to quiet your mind and listen with your intuitive senses. Stones reveal meaning when you pay attention and tune in to their ancient stories. As you sit with crystals, petroglyphs, and stones at sacred sites or simply in nature, recognize that you will heal. Yes, you will heal. But recognize that you will hear their message when you learn to listen. Finally, this card requests that you understand how learning to listen will improve your ability to understand far more than the stories of the stones. You are asked to consciously listen and truly hear every facet of creation, including the people around you and the voice of your own heart. I did pull it reversed, and we did talk about the message a little bit. And it goes, you may have missed the message. Consciously listen more carefully. You may have missed the message. Consciously listen more carefully. Thank you, friends, for listening to me consciously. I appreciate it dearly, so deeply. I hope you friends have a beautiful weekend. That even though it's rainy, you find something that's fun to do. I think I'm going to bake some cookies today. I think it's time. Or maybe even, yeah, I'll bake some. But I'm going to prepare more dough and then portion the dough to give away as gifts so people can bake their own. Appreciate you, friends. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you again real soon, okay? Tomorrow. Bye-bye. Love to you, friends.